to another session of Xcode tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be seeing how to extract sample code from a swiftpm package. How do you get to these packages? Let's take a look. So from the week 5 notes, there's a link to the heart shapes repo. This repo demonstrated in class has several different shapes, demonstration of animation and composite in shapes in SwiftUI. It actually started here as from this tutorial, which is useful in going over the details of how the different components work. But if we try to actually run it, let's download it and see what Apple provides. So we download it. I'm looking in my download folder. Now let's see if we do a view by date just to make sure we're looking at the right thing. This is the latest file that came down, and it's animatedshapes.zip. So let's open it up, and it's in a format called swiftpm. This is designed to be used on the iPad, I believe, with the Playgrounds app to write code there. But we want to use this code. So what can we do? Let's actually, the code is still there. It's not the finder's hiding the code from us, but we can right click on the file name and use this option here, show package contents, which opens up that file, which is actually really a folder. So we can actually see the inside of it. And we'll see inside, and it's just made up of regular Swift source files, and but to actually use them, we'll copy them out and put them in our repo, our example repo from the homework. We have this repo that I created as an example of what you would create, and let's get rid of some stray stuff first. That's left over from some experimenting, and this is the starting project we created just from with nothing extra added to it. So we'll use this as a destination for the source that we're extracting from the swiftpm. And just to recap, I'm going to go back to my downloads folder. I downloaded it as a zip file, extracted it. It came here on my extracted as a swiftpm file, which we can't use directly. So we'll use this option here to show package contents by right-clicking on it, and now we actually see the contents. And what I'll do is I'll bring it over here to my startup project. I'm double-clicking on the apps folder to go inside it, and I will bring over pretty much everything. I'll copy this, and now I'm going to option drag it because I don't want to disturb. I'm holding down the option key, bringing it over here to my starter project, Xcode project, and dropping the whole thing on it. It's saying that there's already an asset.xc assets folder, which has the application icon and all that. So I'll take the one that's provided. So now I'll go back to Xcode. My Xcode hasn't changed because I haven't, even though those files are in the folder of this project, they're not being added to the project. So I'm going to right click here and use the add files to project. And now I'll see that there's a whole bunch of new files. Um, I'll Command A and add all of them. It's Swift. The Xcode is not highlighting the files that are the two files that are already in the project: Week 5 demo app and content view, and we'll leave that alone for now. So we added the files, and so we can actually look at them here. We're not able to run yet. We're getting a build failure, and that's because there's a conflict between the starter files that we had in this project and the two starter files and the files that came with the swiftpm. So we'll get rid of our two starter files, and we'll move them to the trash, get rid of them thoroughly. And now we should be in better shape. We'll build just to clear out everything, and we'll run it in the simulator. I have to make sure I have my project selected. I picked the iPhone 14 as the simulation target, and we'll run it. First time it builds is going to take a little while. So here's the animated shapes example, some basic animation. Basic shapes and basic animation is my favorite. Pulsating heart. So now this is I'll quit out of the simulator. Back here, I can take some time here to organize this in a more meaningful way for me. The default when your files are added to the Xcode project, they're just added alphabetically, but this order here as they appear in the Xcode project is independent of how they appear in the Finder. So I'll put them in the order that makes this project more understandable to me, which is going from the top, from the start-in app file to the first thing that's called, which is topic list. I'll put that up here, and then topic list breaks down to use topic row view. So that's logically the next file, and I can continue on that to spend some time to understand how this example is structured. And that's it. So just to recap, we started with a swiftpm file that we got from the example site, and we extracted it by doing show packages, got this content, added it to our starter Xcode project, and removed the two previous Swift files, and Randus files, which the remaining files are from that swiftpm package. And back to this site of tutorials. These tutorials here, Swift UI sample apps, I've made use of them here for class for the About Me, for the animated example, which is in here somewhere. Can't find it right now. The two sensor examples started off from here, and the mole gallery actually started off from this sample here. So these are useful self-contained sample files that you can use, so don't let them being formatted as swiftpm stop you.